Beware of the dangers of don't. Children should not grow up hearing no, 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 no all the time, especially when it's related to the deen. They should not grow up hearing, no, you can't eat this, no, you can't drink that, no, you can't wear this, no, you can't go there, this is our religion, we can't do that. It backfires. You want to turn it into a religion of yes, we can, but you have to be creative, and it requires a lot of creativity and thinking outside the box. For every haram that you stop your children from, you have to give them 2 halals that they can enjoy. This is important in the early years. In the early years, you don't want your kids feeling like, oh, my religion is just a religion of don't, and my religion is just a religion of can't. Right? So an example I'll give you, my community in which I raised my children, we didn't celebrate Halloween, right? Halloween is something many Muslims now do celebrate, but our community, we didn't. So instead of telling our children, we don't celebrate Halloween, or no, Halloween is Shaitan's birthday, I've heard some people say that. We say, you know what? We're going to have a lot of fun on October 31st, and we created an event called November's Eve. And it's kind of like a fall festival. We did not call it Halaloween. We called it November's Eve, and we used to do it. A friend of ours had a ranch, and she had a bunch of animals. So we would have like, an experience where the kids got to ride ponies, and they got to pet animals and feed the goats and hold the chickens. And we would invite a professional storyteller to come tell family-friendly stories. We would have a big bonfire. We would have face painting, which, the kids had beautiful face painting done, nothing ghoulish or macabre or scary. In the evening, when the sun went down, we would pray Maghrib and Jamaat, and we would sing nasheeds around the campfire. I mean, it was just a very beautiful experience. So we homeschooled our sons up until 8th grade. My eldest went to public high school after 8th grade. And, when he was in high school, he had lots of friends who celebrated Halloween. And I asked him, I said, did you ever feel like you missed out? Do you ever feel like you missed out on a rite of passage, that we didn't let you do something that everybody else got to do? And he actually thought about it, and he said, you know what? If I didn't have somewhere to go every year on Halloween, if I didn't have something to do, then maybe I would have felt that way. But I never felt like I was missing out, because I knew I was going to see my friends. I knew I was going to get treats. I knew I was going to have fun. And so when kids in the neighborhood would ask, are you going trick-or-treating? Or are you going to this Halloween party or this haunted house? I was able to say, oh, I'm going to a fun festival at this one ranch. So when kids are younger, they don't want to have to explain. Children don't want to proselytize. They don't want to have to defend their religion or explain why they don't do things. They want to just be able to say, yeah, I'm doing something fun too, right?